Does Islam really claim Jerusalem? Islam claims that Jerusalem was never Jewish, that it has always been an Islamic city, and that Israel has no historical right to the land. But what is the truth? The stones beneath the ground bear witness, stronger than words. Archaeologists have uncovered royal seals, temple ruins, and inscriptions bearing the name of the God of Israel, all buried deep in the soil of Jerusalem, all dating over 1,000 years before the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Today, Muslims consider Jerusalem the third holiest city in Islam. They revere Al-Aqsa, claim that the Prophet Muhammad's night journey ended there, and link it to end times prophecy. But here's the shocking reality. Jerusalem is not mentioned even once in the Quran, neither by name nor by reference. In Surah Al-Isra 17:1, the Masjid Al-Aqsa mentioned is extremely vague. Glory be to him who took his servant by night from the sacred mosque to the farthest mosque. No city is named, no location is identified. When this verse was revealed, there was no mosque in Jerusalem, not the Dome of the Rock, nor Al-Aqsa Mosque. These were built decades after the Prophet's death. So where did this deep Islamic connection to Jerusalem come from? The answer is politics, not revelation. The Umayyad Caliphate, based in Damascus, wanted a rival to Mecca, which was under the control of political opponents. They fabricated a story that the Prophet's night journey ended in Jerusalem and began constructing Islamic monuments there to establish dominance. It wasn't about divine truth, it was about political power. If the Quran doesn't even mention Jerusalem, how can it claim the city was always part of Islam? The answer lies in history. Excavations at the City of David site in Jerusalem confirm an ancient Jewish presence. Royal structures, fortifications, and seals bearing the names of Jewish officials mentioned in the Bible, along with a tunnel system matching the biblical description of Hezekiah's water tunnel. These aren't legends. These are stone-carved truths from centuries before Islam even emerged. That's not all. During unauthorized construction beneath the Al-Aqsa compound in the 1990s, thousands of ancient artifacts were discovered. Jewish religious objects, Hebrew inscriptions bearing the name Yahweh, and stones matching the architectural style of Herod the Great, all dating to the time of the Second Temple, centuries before Islam. The Western Wall of Jerusalem still stands today, the last remnant of the Second Temple's outer structure. You can still walk up to it and touch it. This is real history, not imagination. If someone claims Jews were never there, they are trying to silence the voice of the stones, but stones do not lie. They testify that Jerusalem was the center of Jewish life, that the temple was real, and that the God of Israel was Yahweh, not some generic or vague title. Archaeologists have found over 100 inscriptions mentioning Yahweh between 800 and 600 BC across Jerusalem and Judah. Some even refer to Yahweh of Samaria and Yahweh of Taman. These artifacts show that Jews never worshipped a nameless Allah, but a personal God with a revealed name, Yahweh, the one who spoke to Moses from the burning bush. Muslims often say that Jews, Christians, and Muslims all worship the same God. But if your God doesn't have the same name, same nature, or the same historical identity, then he's not the same God. The Quran never once mentions the name Yahweh. And no archaeological evidence supports the idea that early Jews or Christians worshipped a God named Allah. The claim that Jews were never in Jerusalem is not just political, it's a denial of historical fact. Even early Muslim historians like al-Tabari and al-Muqaddasi acknowledged the deep Jewish connection to Jerusalem and the Temple Mount. This denial is a modern invention, not traditional Islamic belief. So, when the Quran remains silent, when archaeology speaks loudly, when walls, seals, stones, and scriptures all tell one story, then truth cannot be denied. If you truly want to understand the real history of Jerusalem, start with the Bible. It hasn't changed in 3,000 years,